Hello and welcome to SPWK TV. My name is Jomar from the Brand Leadership Community, your host for this episode, and we are going to be covering a topic that is on everyone's mind, but not just in the analytics community, but all areas of brand and marketing and design, all the people that work, who are working for a brand and working towards the success. And it's the future of analytics. This is a conversation that could go on for the next 2 or 3 years, but we only have 20 minutes with us. And with us we have good friend Marie from Piano and Nicolas from your agency.
Optimal Ways.
Optimal Ways, based in France. Together bringing lots of years experience in the data and analytics industry.
Grey hair.
Yeah, grey hairs, yeah, and a few battle scars, I would say. And so we're going to have a look at, that past history, understand the present where we are today to get a good trajectory into the future. So I'll start with you, Marie. You've have the 20 years of experience in the industry. Can you walk us through the journey of what it was like back then when your career started with data?
Gosh, 20 years, long time. I sort of presented 2 days ago. It's a walk down the memory lane. I've really thoroughly enjoyed the last 20 years. We've experienced quite a big shift, even when I first started back in 2002. We were sort of shifting from like an old log file-based technology to tag-based, and from then it just accelerated. But then we were still using third-party cookies and wild west. We were collecting everything and measuring everything, etc. With quite limited technology then. And then suddenly, I think really the huge macro changes started happening maybe in the last 10 years. We had GDPR in 2018, which at the beginning we didn't actually realize what that really meant, what impact that's going to have in our analytics industry. Huge is a seismic shift. And then sort of enforcement started happening in 2000, and actually the DPAs, digital sort of data protection authorities, are going after companies who are not actually abiding by that. At the same time, between 2010s and 2020s, huge change in many companies cropping up in sort of late 90s, and then they start consolidating. So, for example, Adobe bought all these companies, and Piano bought AT Internet, etc. So that sort of consolidation happened. And now we're seeing new sort of niches coming out, being very strong, delivering new value. There's a market for that. So I think history is repeating itself. So I think looking back what happened in the past 20 years, and especially in the last 10 years, I have a feeling that this will come out again. There will be further consolidations happening, but there's always place for niche players who will add value.
It seems like, if you look at the MarTech ecosystem with 15,000 MarTech tools, I think we're all saying when it was 3,000 to 5,000, there's going to be consolidation. There was consolidation, but it seems like there's more products coming out than there actually is consolidation, right? So Nicolas, for you, talk us through, you're a creator of an agency, but you have a background in data that also goes back just as long. Walk us through the beginnings of your time working with data.
Yeah, so I think I will start from the beginning where I was working with the internet, because at first I was not working 100% with the data. But when I started, I think it was in 1996, so a long time ago.
I remember that year.
Yeah, and there was something that was really in the heart of the internet organization in companies, which was called the webmaster.
Yes.
When you had your webmaster, it was really, we were really internet-driven, blah, blah, blah. That was really the big thing. And today, you don't find that many webmasters anymore, because if you really want to manage high-traffic websites, you need people specialized in UX, specialized in design, you need front-end developers, you need back-end engineers. So
you need good content as well, right?
Yeah, you need also content people. And so what was only the job from one person, now you have hundreds of thousands of persons taking care of websites. So I'm using this analogy for the web analyst. When I started really getting interested in data in 2002, the big thing was having a web analyst as part of a company. And now you can see that with all the evolution of the technology and the needs that it's very difficult to have only one single person taking care of all the data requirements, understanding all the business needs, and then doing the tagging plan, and then you have JavaScript, and then you have SQL, and you have data quality, and then you have data storytelling and data visualization. And so it's very difficult to have only one person having all these skills now. So I think, and with AI, it's also accelerating. So what was in the past web analyst job as a single person is being spread into different types of skills and expertise and different types of people. And this is why when I started my agency, I was all by myself. And now there are 10 of us because there are so many things to cover that you need at least 10 people to cover all the different things that needs to be addressed regarding analytics in general.
And I suppose for you, Marie, I mean, we're going from an agency to someone who's responsible for a platform, a brand servicing the analytics market. Are you seeing that the users of your technology is evolving? There are more different users on the platform?
Oh, totally. It's a huge shift. Not only do we have organizations, small and large, I'm not just talking about large enterprises. There are so many users from different disciplines within the business. In olden days, and Nicolas was talking about webmaster, one person serving the whole organization. Back then, we were still using log files, Excel spreadsheet. Now, we have a whole, DevOps people managing, cloud computing has changed all of that. So you have, people wanting, whether you are in marketing, whether you're in product development or senior executives, or if you are a data engineer. I mean, we have so many data engineers in our industry now. They're all needing to access the data to do their job better. So we're now catering for many different types of people who are not all analytics savvy. So we're needing to reinvent ourselves to be able to provide that insight to the right people at the right time so that they can make better decisions. We're talking about literally some organizations have thousands and thousands of users within their organization accessing the data. And I think yesterday, Till from DHL said they have 2,500 people accessing the data. So it's phenomenal.
That's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, it's and the data that they have is not just on the web, it's so much more. Every package, every truck, every distribution center, there's a lot of data. Nicolas, the question I have for you, if we look at today and in a more positive light, what do you think your clients or brands in general could do a lot better with the data and the technology that they have?
I think what companies have done recently, and they were quite forced by either GDPR or Google, lots of companies have invested a lot into migrating to either GA4 or other platforms, as we were discussing before today, and also with all the issues with third-party cookies, etc. They are implementing server-side, etc. So if you look at the technological stack now versus what it was 5 years ago, companies have invested a lot into technology, and I think. And what's really missing right now is having really processes that are built around this technology to make sure that data is consistent and is of quality. Because right now with AI will need all the data from the website. But if the data is not organized enough, and if you don't have naming conventions, etc., with AI, it's going to be very problematic. So I think that's where I can see a big difference right now.
Yeah, I remember Steen Rasmussen's talking about one of his talks was getting your data AI ready, right? So,
and then also you need also I think Steen was talking. No, it was still talking about it. Is also you need to have people that are data literate within the companies, because what I can see is there is a lot of turnover with teams right now, and it's difficult for people to understand not only analytics but the concept around e-commerce, for instance. Okay, how should we organize? How should we analyze merchandising? How should we analyze acquisition? And it's not just by bounce rates and conversion rates. There are a lot of different concepts you need to master to really get value from the data.
Yeah.
So I think that's where right now there is a lot of improvements to build on, making sure that people understand both how the data is being structured and how metrics are being counted, and also all the concepts around it. Because at one point, people are really focused on what they see in their tools, and they don't see what there could be something else happening around, and in other sources of data. You know what we call the signals. You could have signals from your qualitative data, and that you don't necessarily see in your digital analytics tools. So I think this is where there is a lot of improvements to be done for for the companies in general.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we've in an industry over the last 5-10 years that's most rapidly evolving, and it feels like we're still in this frontier land of what are the best ways of doing things. But from your perspective, Marie, what are things that, as an overview, you see a lot of clients, you see a lot of installations with your platform. You don't have to point out names here. What are some of the things you think your existing customers and maybe customers that you'd like to get on board, what are some of the things that they could do better, the opportunities they could grab when it comes to their own data?
I think we're actually, to be honest, learning a lot from our clients because, as I mentioned, our client organizations are hiring really smart people. They have DevOps, they have a data scientist, they have data engineers. They are having higher expectations, and we're needing to meet that. So Nicolas mentioned AI. I think AI is a phenomenal means to an end. Our clients are using AI. In e-commerce environment, they have agent AI, chatbots. In telecom, they are using AI summaries to improve their customer services. So for us, AI, we're leveraging AI very heavily within Piano as well. So it is serving many purposes. AI, I think it's a phenomenal productivity tool, where whether it's in our client's organization or within our organization, we're using AI to help our clients to ask questions without having to wait for our support center. I mentioned thousands of people are using data. We don't have thousands and thousands of people who can answer immediately. So we're able to leverage AI to be able to bring that in real-time, immediate touch to our clients so that they don't have to wait. And then they can always talk to us when they have the AI can't cope with that. So there's that productivity, self-service aspect that we're really pushing for. At the same time, we're using AI to bring more insights directly in front of our clients. So if you're smart, you know what sort of questions you want to ask. You can ask AI within our platform, and then it will give you what's happening, but also you will start advising next best action as well. So if somebody's buying, they are bouncing, and those people tend to be, I don't know, young generation or using any manner of cohorts that you have, AI will actually detect that and tell you, for those cohort, if you'd like to increase the conversion by 0.5%, try this. So we're trying to bring that sort of AI insights to the fore. From the client perspective, when, as I mentioned, clients are using AI to improve their productivity, improve their customer experience, we are the measurement company. We're there to measure all these how many people are using chatbots. But we should never stop there, because we really want to deliver our value by outcome-based. We really want to help our clients to make more money, engage better with their customers. So if they are leveraging these kind of technologies, we want to make sure we're measuring it. But by measuring it, so what questions? So there was a session about so what and asking why questions 5 times. So that means, 10,000 people are using your chatbot. As a result of using chatbot, what is the resolution rate? As a result of resolving the issue, whether that was a question or want to buy something, how much money you've actually saved. So we really want to get down to that bottom line of our clients. So leveraging your technology, we measured it. We can prove that how much cost you are saving, but also not just cost saving, uplift. AI agents can actually personalize, can promote, actually advise. If you want to have a really nice summer holiday, affordable summer holiday, AI agent will advise. And as a result of using AI agent, how much revenue actually generated compared to the traditional revenue. So we really want to provide that outcome so that our clients can use that information to make even better decisions.
I mean, it sounds like, AI is the future that is now, right?
AI and our analysts,
exactly. And it's almost like the analyst role or the business person's role is to have the right questions, right?
Exactly.
And that's almost, we're having to relearn off our existing skill set thanks to this technology.
Totally.
Nicolas, AI, how are you seeing that from your side and the agency point of view? How is that being adapted, or how could it be adopted a lot better?
So right now we're doing a lot of experimentation with AI, because AI is very it's very tempting to use AI in terms of productivity, but then what about accuracy? Because what we're in data, it's either good or bad. So we're doing a lot of tests to make sure that when we ask AI to do analysis, do we have the same accuracy? For now, we haven't really found the right LLM for that. So we're still testing to make sure that we can help our analysis with LLM. So that's something we're testing. But it's really helping productivity to better understand, for instance, a context for a customer. If you work with a new customer on a new field, with AI, you can repeatedly have a briefing from you. It's like your intern. Okay, so we're working, for instance, with this customer in the electronics industry. So what are the main factors in the electronics industry? What should we see? What are the main metrics used in the industry? So that's really, in terms of consulting, that's really helping to have ideas, to prepare meetings. Also for wrapping up meeting minutes, AI is very convenient. I think it really helps for me. I really use AI as a companion. So I have an idea, what is the difference between these two concepts? And then AI will tell you exactly the difference, etc. So that's a big companion in that respect. But in our case, we haven't fully used AI. Say, we are going to do all tagging plans with AI and do all qualifications with AI, because right now we're not 100% convinced we will have the same accuracy as what we do right now manually.
Fantastic. In 2030. Okay, let's put a date there. We don't have a DeLorean that can take us there for a sneak peek, but we already have the future today. What do you think? What are some of the things in the future we need to prepare ourselves for, in terms of, you both have great backgrounds in where we've been. We know where we are, or we have a good idea of where we are. Where do you see the future? Very broad question, but where do you see the future of analytics taking us?
Here's hoping, because I can't foresee. We have, as I mentioned, we have many macro environment that's impacting our industry. US election and all of that has a huge impact. US election means, who knows, maybe Schrems 3 may happen in the next year or two, and that can create a huge upheaval and opportunities as well. But predicting, what's happening in 5 years, it's not easy. But I think, as we mentioned, AI will play a big role there, and our role as analysts will change as a result of that. I like, when you said we should be asking smarter questions. I think we will be that companion, as Nicolas said, with AI. Use AI as a means to an end and make it smarter and smarter. And there will be more consolidations and more sort of different either geopolitical or macroeconomics happening. But as long as we focus on improving our business, improving our customer experience for our clients, I think we're in the winning point there. Yeah.
In the world of agencies, where do you see the future going?
I think the AI will really help for data quality. I can see a lot of products already arriving on the market where people are either looking at all the data in BigQuery, say, we see that there are some variations that are not logical, or we should not have these thresholds. I think that's really helping in this for this part, or also having some monitoring on the site. Say, we are witnessing that the page is slower, the conversion rate is going down. So I think it will really help to really improve data quality, and also being able to react immediately, especially for e-commerce sites. If you have something happening in your checkout funnel on the payment page, you don't want to wait for the next Monday to get the report from the analyst and say, let's call IT because there's something happening on the payment page because you've lost money during all weekends. So I think proactivity will become very more important, and not having just looking at the past, but being able to act immediately.
Yeah, and hopefully, we'll have a lot of these standards sorted out in a new world where we have a greater level of efficiency, right? So, Marie and Nicolas, thank you for your time and your insights. It's great to get your perspectives here, both from a vendor and front of face with an agency. Look forward to speaking to you more in the future as well, and thanks for that. So that's all we have for today here at Super Week TV. We've still got another day, so please stick around, and don't forget to follow Super Week on on LinkedIn and wherever else on socials you can. This is our last episode for tonight, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you.